So this is game 2 of my college run. We start the game, I lost the toss, he chose to kick. I've struggled with my setup because I was not prepared for that at all. And I have caught the ball and we've both got an extra re-roll on kickoff, which is bad for me because he was on 2 re-rolls, 3 gives him a lot bigger chance. The extra 1 for me isn't that significant. So let's go from here. I've struggled massively with the setup because he's put that gapped LOS in, which means my guard on my troll isn't massively helpful. The way he set up his guys quite deep there means I can't really get a blitz in, hence me blitzing straight off to get the hit on the LOS. And now I'm struggling to get the safe second hit, hence bringing that lineman behind the Black Hawk in case the Black Hawk hit fails. I don't really want to use a reroll. And now, because of how I'm now set up, punching the I didn't want to follow with the troll because that leaves him exposed, but punching his beast thing, Crocs, off to the right there means that he's no longer in base contact. And also I caught it on my tackle dude who I need free to deal with skinks, so hence the handoff. So not the greatest first turn in the world. Just a stump. Now, I didn't realise at the time what a disaster it was, but I have collapsed my left hand flank and not really protected the ball as strongly as I should do against a marauding lizard man. So he's just setting up now to absolutely strength dominate me. And he's got a way in here. If he gets a push on this guy only, he can get in and base the ball. But he chooses not to. Seems a bit odd to me, but I didn't even notice what I'd left open there before I did it. So, and this is a terrible start for turn 2. I mean, I'm very panicked, very not really sure what to do, seeing disaster ahead. And hence the rather dubious troll blitz. But I was hoping to get a mighty blow damage. And yeah, so I've got the blitz in the middle stuck on the Crocs, which is a disaster. Just going to pause there. I think later on what I should have done is this Black Hawk who's gone from here to here, I should have probably moved him round to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to cover this position here, allowing me to leave this Black Hawk out a bit wider. And this guy should never have been here. I should have had the decent guy on the corner and the loner out where he's going to get punched. And maybe I could have even brought this Black Hawk back to give me more cover on the corner, because it's just so blitzable by this guy. And then he's in and I'm hurt. In terms of the base ups, you know, it's always hard against lizards. I've got 5 strength 4 plus players. He's got 7. So it's all rubbish. And again, I wanted to keep the tackle guy there and collapse to the right. Having collapsed to the left, I then collapse to the right, which, you know, is pretty dumb. So yeah, I've got a cage, but not forever. And he's just completes the trap. He's now fully based me, and I've got -2 dice hits on many of those bases. The troll isn't really doing a lot with his guard where he is, and here comes the hit, which of course works. And now he's got the ball based on turn 2, potentially double triple based. Horrible. And I just can't see a way out past this wall of lizards. That stopped me being able to stand the guy up to get the assist on the Saurus here. I'm just I think I've got a cunning plan here to get a 2 dice hit on this Saurus. But it's not a 2 dice, because of course this guy is in base to base contact with the skink. So that was genius. So now it's just roll dice and hope, dodging away from the Crocs, the 4+, get away with it. Moving that guy and dodge to at least give him some kind of cage, but then he does quite a nifty little move here. soaks up one of his rerolls. So he's down to one reroll, which is good news, but he gets this, which is a real kind of game-ending injury for me. I'm down a man on the pitch. That's really bad for Orcs, especially against a super mobile team like Leeds, who also outstrength me. And then he gets this stun. Now that's good, because he gives me the out. I can punch him with my ball carrier to get the ball carrier away from the Crocs without having to dodge or anything, so that's looking pretty good, but this isn't. Another stun on Black Hawk, my only guys that can stand up to Lizard Men. And he's got 3 bases on the ball. That last one not the best. And I'm just hoping my armour holds up, because I'm feeling at this point like if it could concede in this league, I probably would. Because I was feeling pretty demoralised at this point. Hadn't properly prepped the game. Partly because at sort of 10 minutes notice he told me he couldn't play the Tuesday, so we ended up playing the Monday, and I'd planned a bit of time to prepare. Blitz, a mistake. Could have done that at the block. I was hoping to run a bit further away, but you know, where could I have run? Wanna. I planned Wanna just to get him away, to free up this guy to go around, to hopefully block that top corner. And because it's loner, the reroll fails. And I'm feeling happy at this point, because I suddenly realised, well, that corner's blocked anyway, just by the corpse being there and the guys around it. So I'm thinking, you know, the ball is, you know, relatively safe. Yes, he can get around with this guy and blitz it, but he doesn't. So I'm thinking, haha, I'm in here. But then he pulls another move out of his arse. And this was like playing a different coach to the coach that played in the first game. He played his first game and exposed to skinks, didn't seem to know what he was doing. Yeah, another injury, of course. Badly hurt, instant Apo, thankfully joins the subs, so I've got a chance in the second half. So yeah, his initial setup that he did made it impossible for me to get a blitz in, or you know, really, really hard, and dragged me out of position. It looked like a very planned move, and I had no counter to it at all. So I want to watch the future plans. So I've lost the ball, I'm 2 players down. It's pretty rubbish for me right now, and you know, I'm definitely going 1-0 down. He might go for a quick score and then try and turn me over again, because I've got even less counter to him with 9 men, but for whatever reason he just does this, which gives me an out. My lino here on the right hand side can blitz that ball, and I'm not going to not take it. All my players are miles from the ball, they're all slow. I'm in a terribly shocking position here. Having to, you know, try and get the troll in, which at least works. And the knockdown doesn't happen. I didn't want to re-roll it, really, because I'm thinking about I'm going to need those re-rolls for eventually the second TD. Get that Wanna in, which helps that Black Hawk. Get that in, and it's a Kaz. This is absolutely glorious. So miss next game, and he uses Apo on it, which is even better. Apo fails, but he's used his Apo. Now he's vulnerable. Get my tackle going on this skink, and I didn't dodge this guy out. He's just being hit because it was a 6+. So it's still really easy score for him here, and he can just run it in and try and turn me over in 3 turns. You know, very doable with his speed, but he doesn't take the score. You know, maybe now the numbers are 10-9. Maybe he's not got the confidence to do that, but I'd have scored that all day long. I mean, might just a few hits first, but I'd have scored it all day long. Because just look how he's completely owning me. You know, and so he sets up this fairly okay defence. Doesn't follow up there, which, you know, helps me out. Doesn't knock that guy over, that helps me too. So, you know, I'm starting to think, well, if he's not going to score, I've got a chance here. bring the black over to allow the troll to activate easier. And then I think, right, let's blitz the skink, let's base the ball, let's put whatever pressure I can on him. And I make a big mistake here. Because having got the guy on the ball, I want this guy, this lizard man here, I want him pinned down. This guy I've managed to pin down, because he made the mistake of stepping to here rather than standing here. If he stood here, if I stood him up, he was an instant surf. So he's made that mistake. I've got all his guys pinned down. I've got a spare guy, and with 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 GFI, I could pin this guy. And I get the sequencing wrong. I was planning to do it and GFI at the end, but the sequencing was wrong. Because I take this troll hit first. And although it's a 2 dice, I can't re-roll when that happens. I mean, I tried and it failed. So because of that, the black orc is not here, and my chance to get out of dodge is wrecked. Now, yeah, he still had 2 dice with the skinks to hit me really easily, but instead, I've given him this. So that was a massive cock up there. And now I'm thinking, yeah, he's just going to score. You know, he gives me 2 turns back. And he does this foul, which is awful, awful, awful move. Because if he gets sent off, you know, he's in a lot of trouble. But I guess he's figuring that's the only guy that can deal with his skinks. Not true, I can deal with skinks with 3 dice blocks and things. Lona just, you know, taking a pounding from this Crocs. And just keeps on getting back up. And I think he makes another mistake here. Doesn't follow that, so now I've got 2 guys who aren't based. You know, just giving me potential to get numbers. Black Orc doesn't break armour. You know, so he's not locked it down. He's not put the skink out of range of everybody. This, you know, there's stuff I can do here to try desperately to stop him from scoring. And, you know, stalling's okay, but he's left it increasingly likely that I'm going to stop him. You know, I can't GFI for Toffee, that's normal. So I previously stood this guy up, figuring, you know, if I can get any kind of hit in, it's going to be over here. And there was no way I could really generate an easy hit, because he's on the floor. 3, 4, 5, 6, GFI to hit. You know, what's the odds of me making it all the way around there? I thought if I just stand him up, maybe he won't get knocked over. Maybe I can generate the hit in a minute with him. He's only got 1 reroll. So coming in, I think, was that a blitz? I think so. But again, probably got the sequencing wrong. That guy probably should have moved first, but I think I was worried this guy was blocking his easy move down. But again, sequencing. No, I didn't do a blitz, so sequencing okay. Didn't dare the GFIs. So that was a blitz I saw that was potentially a better blitz. Less dodges around the corner. But and also it leaves this guy near the action. But no, it doesn't work. So. But he skulls it, and that's his reroll gone. So happy day for me. Follows up. So, you know, if he's going to stall it again, there's really no value in him scoring now, apart from he's saving himself the LOS hits. Surfs my Black Orc, which was, you know, the risk of running this guy away from the blitz. Luckily not a Kaz. Just a stun, and of course he's over there in the box ready to come on. So, you know, I'm only 1 man down second half. Life's looking okay. He's a little bit not quite sure what he's doing here. Runs the guy away to the edge. And punishes the inability of Stol to try and up. Another hit there. He's just taking hits for fun, but the armour's holding up. Come on, Lona. You've been taking this guy on all game. Again, you know, it's all working. So, I've seen an out here. And the out is that technically, this guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4... and punch the ball. Yes, there's some mad dodging, but, you know, when that's the only chance you've got to stop the score, you've got to go for it. I have very little faith in it, But I also, get some punching options. So I moved this guy back, even though he wasn't base and he wasn't going to influence that play in any way at all. I arguably that was a mistake, and I should have gone for the crazy play first to have my players free to react, because the ball could go off. But, I just couldn't see it even getting through. The dodges are horrendous. So I thought, try and get a bit of attrition. 2 dice block. Not standing these guys up on purpose, so I don't want to get hit. A single GFI. Gets me a 2 dice block here, no joy, but again I can push him away, which reduces the number of hits I take, which is really my key thing. And then I just go for this craziness, which works. And because I took tackle, and it gets me a skink Kaz. So glory, glory, glory. I'm men up now for the second half. Ball goes into the crowd, and look where it ends up. Right next to his poxy skink, who can pick it up and score. That next run across there was completely pointless, but so that's it. He's just got to pick it up and score. He's got no rerolls. He fails to pick up. By some absolute miracle, I go into the second half, 0-0, men up, and I'm thinking, I've got a chance here because I had prepared for the defense. Two injured on his side, only 1 injured on mine. My other guy comes back because he was only because the Apo worked. So here's my mentor told me to do. Brilliant defensive plan. It relied on me having three linos. So I've got a Black Hawk at the moment where it was supposed to be 3 linos. And the whole point of this setup is that it makes it look like he can push down this side. It does a couple of things. Let me just finish off here. So by putting these guys here, it means he can't hit on 2 dice the Blackhawks. Now, yeah, technically he can come in here and hit this guy on 2 dice if he also puts a guy in here. But this was supposed to be the troll, meaning that it's an instant hit back with the troll. So he'd be reluctant to do that because he doesn't want to get punched back. The 3 liners are expendable, obviously. Same setup here, so we can't blitz in here easily. So he's really only used blitzes to come in here, which, is exactly what I'd do. I'd have set up here and gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, punch him. But he doesn't do that. And the whole idea is it's going to suck him down this side. I can push these guys around the back to stop his sending skinks doing crazy enough. I can bring this tackle guy back to cover any skink craziness and just try and hem him in and hopefully force him to score quick, and I'll get back of him. But that was supposed to happen in the first half, giving me an easy score. And well, now I don't really want to score at all. I'm going to get the ball off him somehow. So that was a setup. He sets himself up. And off he goes. So that's a pretty good ball finish position for me, because it could scatter into the crowd. It could come to me. This could be glorious. I'm desperately needing the luck at the moment. I'm a man up, but it doesn't feel like it. He still has got more strength pieces on the board than me that matter, and the mobility of the skinks. Now the troll being on the line means the troll can be hit, and he's engineering for the troll hit here. Both downs good. Loner fails him. And critically, he didn't get an extra reroll this turn. I did on the kickoff event. And that's one of his rerolls gone already. So, I'm in great shape here. He's down to 1 reroll. And from my first game, I know how bad life is with no rerolls. Now, I kind of make a few positional mess-ups here. Ultimately, this guy who's activated on the corner wasn't great. The plan was activate him first, get him somewhere useful, stand next to the troll, let the troll activate. I want the troll on his feet, or I want to know the troll's not on his feet as early as possible in the turn. But arguably moving this guy across, maybe into here, would have been a better position. And leave this guy down and see what happens with the troll, because this square really should be perhaps taken up by somebody else or left free to blitz from. But, mistakes were made. So I'm sending the threats up, and I'm just doing a lot of repositioning, and I kind of cock up and kind of mess up, because now I've moved that guy to there. He's not really doing anything. got the Black Hawk in there, which is good, because now I've got guards, so he can't punch me. That arguably should have been a blitz. And it should arguably not have happened until right at the end of the turn. Because I was thinking, right, well, I can get the blitz in around here, but with the movement, I could have got in, couldn't have got in and out again, because I didn't have the movement. So again, had I not had a guy here, I could have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with blitz. With this guy, that would have been a good blitz, because it's got block. Pushes his guy this side, but you know, I really wanted him pushed that way. But the positioning was bad, so. And I was umming and ahhing about a tackle guy, and I thought, you know, really, I've just got to shut down this progression. With this screen of 2 here, he can't blitz through. Yes, he can blitz this guy away, but he can't get through. Unless it's skinky dodges. And this guy's a tackle guy, skinky dodges don't work so well around it. So, you know, didn't do many hits, didn't blitz. That was a mistake. But I've got the position. So I'm quite happy with the position. Arguably, these two should have been next to each other. That was perhaps a mistake, because it makes kind of a side elf screen. But as it turns out, I get away with it, because it's only a push. He builds me my side elf screen, and you know, he's clearly not going to progress down that side. That was just kind of a nothing blitz, as it turned out. He picks the ball up, which is annoying, and he gets into a cage, which is doubly annoying. But, you know, I like my position still. So I'm moving my tackle guy back to cover in case he runs off to my left, his right. Put the loner guy into a dangerous position, brilliant. Maybe over-covered there, but that was for the hit, which I didn't even need, that hit. I didn't need that there, but I wanted... You know, I didn't need that guy in the corner in there, that was a mistake. But I got a blitz on that guy and pushed him into the troll, which I liked. Of course, the dice go bad, inevitably. Push that guy into the troll, which I also like. And now guard troll flanked by Black Orcs is pretty solid. It's the best I could do for flanking, but you know, I've got the guard assisting 2 Black Orcs now, which means he can't hit me on anything but -2 dice. But the result of all that is I've left the opening down here. Because now he can blitz one guy down and get through. But he's coming from quite a deep position. So he can't make it that far. And he's got a based side cage here with an assist with a stand-up, so you know, he's fallen for the trap. He's trying to push down the right. And he's gone very, very tight, just like I did in the first half. All his men are really compact, which gives me, he's completely destroys his mobility advantage. Again, both down, but no damage. He chose not to re-roll it quietly. He's got 1 re-roll. So, I need to play this turn cleverly. But it's actually, you know, the troll's been glorious. He hasn't boned, which helps. And let's just get the men's back. So he's my cover, because the skink can't score, and he can blitz him if he tries. 1, 2, 3... Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. GFI, GFI. No, he's short. So here we go. Just shoving him back, stopping him from being able to get through. Now I haven't got anybody round the back. Well, I have. I've got one guy around the back. And again, I've set up that thou shalt not pass position. So I'm in good shape here. I've got him very hemmed in. Push was unfortunate because it means he's got a guy on my blitzer. But anyway, he could have potentially blitzed out there. But he's in bad shape. And that's his last reroll gone? No, he must have not used a reroll yet. No, wait, there's a reroll there. His bonehead works for him as well. Just a push. Giving me potentially a scoring threat there. Excellent. No, that was a mistake. I wouldn't have gone back with him. I'd have punched with a... He could have got a punch in. So now he's gone whizzing off the left, which is bad, except he GFI'd. So he's GFI'd 1 forward. It's funny, he does do the blitz, which means I can tag him with no GFIs of this guy, And with 2 GFIs, I can blitz him. So I do a little bit of cover, bring this guy back. In case he gets past me, I've still got a covering option. And then I go for it. Pretty much first action, I have to stand up. Can't GFI for Toffee, as we well know. It is my eternal problem. But the second GFI works. And it's both down. Can't get to that ball for love nor money, but I'm trying to generate some stuff that pegs him back as much as possible here. And that was all I did, because I didn't want to risk losing position by both downs. And I've only got one reroll, which I think I'm going to need later anyway. So perhaps a little bit passive there. Perhaps I should have gambled a bit. Moving that skink in, probably a mistake. Mobility would have been more valuable to him, I think, than the hit. A little bit too hit focused, maybe, this guy. 3-2 here. But he gets an armour break, and that made me glad I hadn't taken a 1 dice. Because I can still keep him pinned down with the 2 men I've got. Good old loner doing work. Not a problem for him picking that up, but just this guy being back here makes him run the other way. And that's used his last reroll there. A GFI that I guess he was planning to pass it. I don't know what he's planning to do with it. But. So I'm in good shape. Ball's on the ground. I mean, I haven't got recovery is the bad news. Just can't get in there at all. But what I can do is regenerate my solid position. I mean, that's not brilliant because he can come around, but he hasn't got the men to do it without dodges. So now I'm just trying to get some hits in to improve my position further. And that's a scoring threat / basing up guy. So I've got 2 potential scoring threats in the right half of the pitch, doing a job. Pinning his guys out. I've got him outnumbered. Should be able to get some joy here. Orc armour is holding up. Loner doing solid work. This is to force his way through. Just to push. Now, he's got this guy hemmed in, and again he pulls back. It's the same mistake he made last time. Had he stayed there, this guy's completely useless. Now he can stand up safely. So he's not really cleared any pressure at all. He's got a bit of an eye cage, so there's things I can do here. Obviously, stand up all my men's and move in. Again, I just want to keep all his pieces penned in. Get the blitz. 2 dice, that works. That generates movement for this guy, which generates another hit. 1 Black Orc pinning down 2, glorious. Generates this push, and the chance to get the troll in round the back, which takes this guy out of the action, basically. Yes, you can get out down here and round, but trolls haven't got infinite movement. So he's in a bit of stum here. Just gets a push again. And then he does this. And the minute he does that, I see I've got a blitz on here. And he paused for a long time before we moved the next guy. And I was praying he wouldn't move it. I mean, this guy's irrelevant if he hasn't got the ball in his hand. And he's not going to have the ball in his hand because I'm going to blitz him. I mean, if I had a spare player, I'd love to cover him as well, but you can't do it all. And the biggest mistake he made was he took this hit here. Yes, it's a 2 dice hit, but if it fails, I have got now a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just 8 away and 2 turns to get there. So that is a genuine scoring threat. So when I put him around in half hope that at some point I'll be able to dodge away and do something, it's really come good. Right on the turn where he's giving me the hit on the ball. Just a little bit of sewing in the background. So there I go, straight in on the hit on the ball. tackle, paying off for the second time this game. Into the crowd, but look where it lands. Oh, happy day. I've got a surf on, let's get rid of this guy. Really, because it frees up this other guy to generate more hits. I could have covered the ball, but where's the fun in that? Actually, I moved him in somewhere he did literally nothing, so that was terrible. Should have probably gone here. Cover the ball. Yeah, just bad sequencing. But let me get this guy around. Maybe the whole plan was to get that around to there. Maybe not bad sequencing, maybe genius. Lets me get the crocs in, which means I can move the trot to shut down these guys out there so they can't get around to me. So I finish my move and then spend quite a long time figuring out who can hit me. This guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and punch me. Difficult dodge. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, punch me on 8 with a slightly easier dodge. That's a dodge out and a dodge out. Whereas this one's a 4+ because it's going tackle zone. So, you know, I did the shenanigans last time. It's only a 3+, well, it's 4+ with that G1, isn't it? Oh, maybe this GFI was a mistake. But I did it, not realising I had G1. Because that's actually much higher than a 3+, isn't it? You have to do another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, GFI. One dodge and he gets to base. If I do the 1 GFI, I've got a reroll on it. 1 in 36. I figured it was worth it. Maybe wrong. But get away with it. Certainly the second one wasn't worth it. So there he goes for it. It doth not work. I spend a good deal of time figuring out about 3 dice blocks. Probably couldn't get one. Wanted the win, wanted the 3-star player points on this guy. Took it. And that was a game I probably should have drawn and probably should have lost. And I got very, very, very lucky. I've been played for luck. It was luck I was trying to use, but yeah, very, very happy with that. And went from being the worst 3 or 4 turns and a really horrible time to being a glorious win. Star player points on the Blitzer, sorry, MVP on the Blitzer, which was great. And the team left in pretty good shape. Obviously got the guard last time, got the tackle last time. He got 2 more star player points, brings him that little bit closer to tackle Mighty Blow. This guy is 1 touchdown away from Mighty Blow. This guy is 1 pass away from Mighty Blow, so I might carry on him with a view to, if I have to pass and he does it, he gets star player points without even the score. And if you can pass to this guy and score, if it's a nice easy game where I'm really butchering people. And the next player is a Dark Elf who isn't brilliant, so maybe. And I'm missing next game lineman, not a major loss. A couple of stand-ins are fine. I think I rolled a 1 for win. No, I rolled a 2 for winnings, re-rolled it into a 1. Gutted. Had I got a 6, I would have had enough, or even just a 5 or 6 with the +1 for the win. I would have had enough for the replacement Black Hawk. Sorry, the last player, the Black Hawk, which would have been really handy when I'm a man down anyway to have got that Black Hawk in at this point. But it was not to be. And now I might not get the Black Hawk next time. I've only got 50. You know, it's a kind of a 50-50 really. But yeah, it was a disastrous start, but all came good in the end.